toil, their homely joys and destiny obscure, nor grandeur here with their disdainful smile.
Your hand.
The short and simple annals of the poor.
You dropped my thread.
The host of Perdible, the cross of power, and all that beauty, all that wealth are gone.
Hardened girl. Nothing will correct you. Take the rod back.
Hour. The paths of glory.
Jane, you've dropped my skein.
Grey.
Jane, what is the matter with you?
My youth proud impute to these the fault, if memory owed to no trophies raised.
If she struck me with that rod, I should get it from her hand and break it under her nose.
Probably you would do nothing of the sort. If you did, Mr. Brocklehurst would expel you. It is far better to endure patiently. The Bible bids us return good for evil.
If people were always kind and obedient to those who are cruel and unjust, the wicked would have it all their own way. They would never feel afraid, but go worse and worse. When we are struck at, without reason, we should strike back, very hard. I'm sure I should. So hard as to teach the person never to do it again.
Christ says, love your enemies.
And I should love Mrs. Reed and her son John, which I can never do.
Who are they?
Oh dear, sleeping study. I'll tell you on the way down.
My first quarter at Lowood seemed an age of cold, hunger, hardship and heavy tasks. But at its end, I had made progress.
This is excellent, Jane. No wonder you're ahead of your class. All your teachers praise you. Do you find the girls friendly?
They are now, Mum.
Good. I like your pictures. I shall give you drawing lessons myself.
Oh, thank you, Mum.
And I think you're capable of learning French. I shall speak to Madame Pirot. You may go.
Thank you, Mum.
But there was one visitor to Lowood, of whose arrival I was in constant dread.
Let the classes continue.
Back to work, girls.
Madame Pirot.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Disgraceful birds.
Stand up. Look at these girls. Their hair. Flaunting curls. Godless vanity here in an evangelical school. Every girl's hair will be cut short, and these top knots removed. I shall send a barber tomorrow.
But, sir...
Let them resume their work.
But Miss Tinkle...
Silence! Sit down, girls. Continue with your work.
I have a matter to discuss with you. The accounts. I'm being forced to spend far too much.
We are being most economical, sir.
Allow me to disagree with you, Miss Temple. You're not being most economical. If you were, I should have no need for complaint. As it is, I must direct you to trim your cloth by one.
Your directions shall be attended to, sir.
It is the new pupil. I have a word to say respecting her. Fetch that stool. Girl. Stand upon it. Face the classes. Miss Temple. Teachers. Girls. You all see this girl? You see she is yet young? Who would think that the evil one had already found a servant in her? And yet such, I grieve to say, is the case. You must be on your guard against her. You must shun her example, avoid her company, and exclude her from your sports. Teachers, you must watch her. Punish her body to save her soul, if indeed such salvation be possible. For my tongue falters while I tell it. This girl, this child of a Christian land, this girl is a liar.
How shocking.
This I learned from her benefactress, the lady who adopted her in her orphan state, reared her as her own daughter, and whose kindness this unhappy girl repaid with an ingratitude so bad, so dreadful, that at last her excellent patroness was obliged to separate her from her own young ones, fearful lest her vicious example should contaminate their purity. She has sent her here to be healed. Teachers, I beg of you not to spare her if she is to be saved. Miss Temple, we will now inspect the rest of the premises. Be seated. Let her stand a half hour longer on that stool. Face the classes, and let no one speak to her for the remainder of the day.
Come, eat something.
I have tried so hard to do well. Helen, why do you keep friendly with a girl whom everybody believes a liar?
Jane, you are mistaken.
After what Mr. Brocklehurst said.
He is little liked here. Besides, Jane, if all the world hated you, you would not be without friends.
But I cannot bear to be alone and hated.
Jane, you think too much of the love of human beings. You're too impulsive, too vehement.
I came on purpose to find you, Jane Eyre. I want you in my room. You may come too, Helen Burns. Is it all over? Have you cried your grief away?
I'm afraid I shall never do that.
Why?
I have been wrongly accused, Mum, and everybody now will think me wicked.
We shall think you what you prove yourself to be, my child. Tell me, the lady whom Mr. Brocklehurst called your benefactress is Mrs. Reed, your uncle's wife?
Yes, Mum. He is dead and she didn't want me, but all the servants knew he made a promise.
Helen has told me your story, my dear, as you told it to her. Is all that true?
Yes, Mum. Did she tell you about the Red Room? I shall never forget the day
I have heard all about that, Jane. Is there anyone else who can verify your story?
Betty might. She's one of the servants. Oh, there is Mr. Lloyd, the physician. He came to see me after my fit.
I know something of Mr. Lloyd. I shall write to him. And if his reply agrees with your statement, well, we shall know what to do. Helen, how are you tonight? Have you coughed much today?
Not quite so much, I think, ma'am.
And the pain in your chest?
It is a little better.
You two are my guests. I'm neglecting you. Come to the table, girls. Jane, Helen. Thank you, Barbara. Can you bring a little more bread and butter? There's not enough for three.
I did ask Mrs. Harden, Ma'am, but she said she wouldn't. Not after Mr. Brocklehurst's orders to her.
Very well. Thank you, Barbara. You may go. Fortunately, I can supply the deficiency.